Anyhow, I was met by 3 Hopi Indians. I'm assuming they were Hopi Indians. That's what my spirit tells me. But anyhow, they took me up a hillside.
All right, in the journey of your life, you are being met by 3 spiritual guides, very different from yourself, and that is why they are native. Also, going up means you are being led in the right direction.
And this hillside had natural steps in it. Just rocks, just natural steps.
The 3 spiritual guides guided you to a path that was naturally set by God and untouched by man.
Anyhow, we get to the top of it. And this part I can't really recall if I don't know if they gave me something like a peyote or some type of hallucinogenic. I'm not even sure. But anyhow, next thing I know, I'm going into this little small sweat lodge by myself.
The small sweat lodge is symbolizing purification of sin and self. You were being purged from all of the sin, the iniquity, and hurt and pain that you went through in the prior life before you can enter into a greater realm.
And as soon as I get into the sweat lodge, as quick as you can snap your fingers, I'm standing in an area that looks like a natural amphitheater. Everything was rock. And what I noticed was, in a grid pattern, there were monitors, TV screens, at least 100 of them in a grid, all side by side, each one showing something different.
When dreaming, people have to understand that God is going to give you things in similitudes, things that you are used to seeing or understand. He's not going to show you something futuristic or something that's actually in the place. The TV monitors is not going to be in that place that you are in. That's just something that you are familiar with, but it is a reminder of a past life, and that's why they're up there, reminding you of a past life.
Well, I turned around to look behind me, and there was a bunch of Hopi children. I'm assuming probably the oldest, maybe 14. Anyway, there had to have been at least a half a dozen or more, sitting on, again, natural-looking steps, but everything's rock. And I'm kind of amazed how they got these monitors and these TVs out here in the middle of nowhere. But anyhow, as I'm looking at these Hopi children, and looks like they're looking at the TV screens or the monitors, and I asked them, I said, y'all understand all this stuff that's going on here? And nobody moved their mouth, but I had an understanding of, yeah, they knew everything that was going on and that they watch it all the time. So now, I don't know if these cats were the watchers. I don't know who they were.
So I'm not saying things off of the top of my head. I'm saying things that I know. So those children are children from murders, abortions, and things like that, who die young and are there to serve. So they're there to serve you, and they're there to help you out while you in that place to earn their place wherever they're going to go to.
Next thing I know, I'm out on this, like a real wide dirt road. I'm going down this hill, all bunch of rocks. And at the bottom of the hill, I see these 3 Hopi Indians that took me up the top of the hill to begin with, standing at the bottom, and they're talking to some dude. And the dude was in overalls. Big guy, had his back to me. And I'm thinking, I wonder what's going on. So I start down the hill. I get about halfway down this hill, and something told me to run and jump as high as I could jump. So I took off running down the hill toward the guy in the overalls. I jumped up in there. I must have went about 20 feet. And I come down with my feet, my toes pointed down, and I went right into one leg of that man's overalls, and the dream was over.
So James, 100% without a doubt, you are being shown your spot in heaven, in the kingdom. And basically you could not stay there. So you had to return back to your body because it wasn't time for you to go yet. And so basically going down the steps is going back down to earth where your body was waiting for you, because you went there in the spirit to see where you could possibly enter in the future if you stay on the straight path, which is the natural steps. So that's an awesome dream to have if you can remain to be righteous. And a word of advice: please take care of your health, brother. It's Rap the News.